Hey guys, Calvin from Team Firespin. Going to be coming at you with a deck profile for my Demise Ninjas. So, get these going. Okie. First off, we run 3 Grandmaster Hanzo. One of the better ninjas in the deck. Normal summon him, get to search a Ninjitsu Art card, and this build only run 1. And then if you special summon, you get to add a ninja that's level 4 or lower from your deck to your hand. So, all around good card. Summon him, normal summon special. You're going to want to see him more than any of the others. Next, I run 3 Twilight Ninja Shingetsu. Really don't like the card that much. Stats are mediocre at best, but his Grave effect does come in handy. But since it has to be destroyed by a battle or card effect, he's slow. Dark for Allure, level 4 for rank 4 plays, but other than that, not too useful. You can do a soft lock with at least 2 on the field just because the wording, so you can stall for a little bit, but try not to rely on that too much. Next to run 3 Getsuga. He's the main boss monster just to get your plays going. He's akin to Altair from Stellar Knights. If you have a ninja on board, you can tribute summon or set him with just 1 tribute, so you can set him 3000 defense wall if you don't have a play to go off of ninjas in the graves, like a turn 2. If you only have 1 ninja, just sit on for a bit. His wording, though, for his special summon effect, if you do try to summon from the grave, he does have to change battle position, so if for whatever reason he can't, he's not going to be able to special summon. Also, he's an allure target for being darker. Round at the end of the ninjas, we've got 2 Upstart Goblin Ninja. This build doesn't run a terribly high amount of traps, but since I do run a lower monster count, and the deck does plus pretty often just from searching, I don't really like running more than 2. And he's not an allure target, clogs with Demise, so just 2 Golden Ninja for now. Going into spells, run 3 Carved Demise, pretty self-explanatory from the description. Great card, gives you pluses. Generally you want to open up with it either Hanzo or Card of Demise, and then any of your other draw cards just to kind of get your stuff rolling, get your graveyard set up for other plays. Next is 3 Into the Void. Really like this card. You search so much with Hanzo, either from special summoning off Getsuga or his inherent search, or just any of the other draw cards, that it's really easy to fulfill the condition of having 3 cards in your hand. Obviously, it's a terrible top deck, but not a lot I can do about that. If you're really just trying to tear through the deck, opening up or off your searches, or even after doing a Demise play, set it, you're going to have 3 in your hand. I mean, you can just keep going into the deck. Really like Into the Void a lot. Again, sets up the grave as well. Next, going into a new card introduced recently, Ninjitsu Art Notebook. Really like the card. Once per turn, send a ninja from your hand to set a Ninjitsu Art card from your deck. I only run this and then next card, so different builds may be able to do different plays that way, but since I only run Alchemy, I really just use it for draw power. Pitch a ninja, set the card, draw 2. Destroys the set or the notebook, so you can just keep going through your deck. Also run 2 Allure of Darkness. Run 9 Darks. I don't really like Allure of Darkness being at 3 in this deck, just because I search so much that I like having it at 2 just to get the draws going, but with all the other draw powers, sometimes I may run out of Darks, so I don't like seeing it too much. But 2 Allure of Darkness. And all the darks that you run, Hanzo, Shingetsu, and Getsuga, you don't really need them at more than 2, so it's not really that big of an issue banishing 1. 2 Duality. Great combo with trying to dig into your pieces, be it if you're missing that Hanzo, missing the Ninjitsu notebook, just anything to grab a particular piece that you need just to get your draws going. Like I said, you really want to open Hanzo or Demise just to get your stuff going. 1 ROTA. Searches any of your ninjas, like I said, mainly Hanzo, except for Getsu, doesn't search that. 1 Upstart Goblin, again, as you can see, really trying to put draw power as the focal point. 1 Soul Charge, bring back your Getsuga, pay 1000, use this effect to try and then go into an XYZ play from there. 1 Instant Fusion, I don't like seeing it more than 1 just because with all the other cards, I don't want to have too many special summon cards in my hand that aren't going to be able to go off when they're just sitting there. It's into the spells, going into traps. Again, just to combo off Getsuga as much as possible. Run 3 Call of the Haunted. In phase or main phase 1, summon Getsuga. Really just try to plus from there. You can summon Hanzo if you don't have a ninja's engrave, or you only have one. Search Getsuga, summon him on your turn, just to get him engrave and summon from there. Only 2 Oasis. I really like Oasis. It can summon Getsuga in defense position. You just got to make sure you activate this at your opponent's end phase, or you won't be able to change his battle position because of the effect. Changing it to Worm doesn't really matter, just because any of the rank 8 plays I'm going into don't really care. But 3 felt cloggy, so I've been testing it at 2 recently and liked it a little better. Now going into some defensive traps around 2 Quaking. Being able to slow your opponent down just to be able to get your rank 4 plays going, help you just get off a little better. 2 Quaking is good. I like it at 2. Run 2. Next to 2 Solemn Strike. Effect negation, really just, again, setting up your back row with Demise plays. You want to have stuff that, your opponent's going to be afraid to deal with, and Solemn Strike is going to cover you in a lot of aspects. Next is 1 Solemn Warning. It's warning, not a lot to explain. If you have the room for it, you should probably try to fit it. And last trap, 1 Vanity's Emptiness. Again, just with setting up your back row with Demise plays, you really just want to have ways to respond. That rounds out the main deck, 40 cards, minus all the draw power that you can calculate at your own time, but again, pretty consistent. Rounding off first one, 1 Norden. If you're running Instant Fusion, you probably have this in your extra deck. Yeah. 1 Cowboy. You can go into rank 4s pretty often, so just being able to burn for 800 is nice. I've considered running 2 of them, but I can't really fit it in, but Cowboy for the moment you need it. Good turn 1 XYZ play, Giant Hand. I was running Reflasia for a while, but since I'm not running any more of the trap holes, he's a good option. Dweller for any grave effects. Emeral, mainly just for recycling any of my XYZs or getting ninjas back in the deck for searching either off of Hanzo, if he's special summoned, or Golden Ninja to pitch a trap to summon. Like I said, you go through the deck so quick that sometimes you may not have a ninja in deck anymore. So being able to just throw at least 1 in there, you can get a Golden Ninja effect off. Plus recycling like the Utopia trio or whatever is nice. Being able to keep those plays going. Run 1, number 80. I'd used him a long time ago. He fell out of the extra deck, but recently, especially with Blue Eyes and even ABCs, being able to just banish some of their cards that they're going to need is effective. And since this deck can pump through rank 4 so quickly with Getsuga spam and Call of the Hand and stuff, I don't feel like I waste a turn going into a Rhapsody play. I've liked it a lot. Attach it to a Castel or something with a secondary effect. The 1200 boost is pretty nice, but I've really been liking Rhapsody recently. Next, I'll just start showing both at the same time. Castel and Diamond Dire. Pop or return to the deck. They both combo very well. I generally try to go into Castel first if I can, just because then next turn a Diamond Dire play can get rid of Castel and still have a way to pop another card. Again, like I said, with all the Getsuga spamming, you can go into these really consistently. Run the Utopia trio. Prime is really just up to personal preference. I really like it because if I go into a play with Utopia Prime and then end up in Lightning, sometimes early game I don't have enough ninjas engraved to keep Getsuga's effect going. So what I like to do is overlay this way, attack into whatever, and activate the effect in the battle phase, whether or not I need the damage boost, just to put those ninjas back in the grave so that Utopia still has this effect by having these 2 as materials. And then the 2 ninjas are in the grave for Getsuga to summon next turn. You could say it's wasting, but I just like being able to just go into an XYZ play that gets materials back in the grave for Getsuga. Not many of the cards can do that, depending on like Diamond Eye or Castel or Berserk. But, just being able to make sure those materials stay in the grave for Getsuga. Lightning's a good play just with those extra materials. 1 Blade Armor. He's a ninja, so if you've got Shingetsu on the field, any of the ninjas can't be targeted with effects, so I can Blade Armor Ninja, activate his effect, and if Shingetsu's on the field, they can't like Valor this one. He's going to be able to attack twice for 2200. Can't get over a lot, but if you can get like a direct attack or make it to where he gets to go, 2400 or 2200 times 2 is pretty nice at 44. Run 1, number 86. This is a recent addition. I generally don't get the 5 material going unless I go off like a Soul Charge play or something, but if I can do a Getsuga play, Summon 2 ninjas, do like, I don't know, whatever other play to get 2 more on the field. Today at locals, I was able to summon this twice with 4 materials. That's good for 2 turns, even when he loses the better effects that he's got. So he's been testing well. Why not run it if you like it? No. Next, I run 2 8s. Hope Harbinger and Divine Felgrand. I was running just 1 of each. Went back and forth a couple times. But honestly, I just hated having to choose between the 2. With how easy it is to get at least 1 Getsuga on the field with the tribute effect, it's easy to get 2 on the field as well. Felgrand easily has his uses, as does Harbinger. So I just figured, why not run both? If you can get either of these on board with a lightning, or even go into a Berserk play and then attach to one of these, you've got a good substance of field going on. I think early in the day I had 86 with Felgrand, and I think it was lightning. And I mean, it's just a really good board, and like I said, since these pump out rank 4 so quick, I mean, you're able to get a generally good board going. That is the deck. Like I said, it's 39 cards technically, with Upstart. I don't feel like doing all the math for all the other cards, but like I said, opening up Hanzo, and Card of Demise really just gets you going. You can get a Hanzo play, search your notebook. If you got a ninja in hand, pitch the ninja, set Alchemy. Generally, you want to go first just so that you have the right amount of cards, but then you'd set everything, activate Demise, then flip the Alchemy. You just really can tear through the deck pretty quick with this build, surprisingly. That's generally been the most common consensus for anybody I've played against, is just how quick it is, and how quickly that it's not just defensive with Demise, like they've got really like good aggro going and burst potential. But yeah, I mean, I liked it a lot. Let me know what you guys think. It's ninjas, don't really hear a lot about that at all. But especially with Notebook, once it came out, it really felt like they had a nice turbo aspect to them. So I've been testing this a lot the past month or 2. It's arguably one of the reasons why started trying to get back into updating the channel and stuff. Get with Jordan, just because really started liking ninjas once I got a hold of Demise and Into the Void. Started just really testing this build out a lot. But like I said, guys, let us know if you like the build. Whatever more content you want to see, we can do some combo videos with different people's decks and stuff. Just let us know in the comment section. And catch you guys later.